All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the 2024 TT Amulet Tournament. My name is Azalea Akari, and I will be one of your commentators tonight. And joining me will be Mr. Ponytail. Hello, sir. How are you?
Doing good. I am ready to have this match get going here. Ready to see what kind of shenanigans we get ourselves into at the minigames.
Absolutely, yeah. We have two runners who have one race each so far. We have dalerben61 and we have Olympus72. Ben taking a win over Morks in his first match, and Olympus taking a loss to Tarz. I believe it was Tarzan last night, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong. Oh, it was Morks. Anyways,
Morks, yep.
I got people wrong. All right. Anyways, race is off. We have a little bit of a delay. We'll get that
It
all
should be all
sorted.
synced up now. There we go.
Nice. All right. Well,
Yeah.
while we have a minute here, why don't you go ahead and intro our category?
So TT Amulet is one of the newer categories. It was added around October of last year, so it's not even a year old yet. But even right now, it's still been crazy optimized with the routing and then all of the unique like tech that we're doing in it, like doing exit game cutscene skips, which we'll see later on, which save massive time for each one of them. Um, it's a very cool category because we don't do any boss racing and we don't do any silver coin racing either. We just go into a world, collect the balloons, do the minigame, and we get out. We do all the vehicle challenges as well, and we only collect 20 golden balloons in this category. It's a very odd number. Well, it's an even number, but it's an odd number compared to other categories that we have.
Absolutely, yeah. It looks like cutscene is ending. Let's see how both of these players, Todges and Overworld, go. Have a really nice one from Ben, and only a slight turn and walk towards Olympus. No shuffling of feet on a bad bonk.
These barrel rolls are quite tricky to get down through this tunnel here.
Yes.
Ben gets them fairly clean.
Hmm.
This hidden balloon behind the trees. Good grab
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, he had a good cycle there.
And being on top of your pace and being consistent is very important for the overall movement. For the cycle left and right of the balloons here, we'll be in the same spots if you're on the
Yeah.
same pace.
Yeah, so Ben gets about a 140 entrance into the door.
It's very good.
Yeah. That's what you're looking for. Oh, he
Oh
was
no.
just ever so
A little bit low.
low. Yeah. You really have to focus on having that height to get over the railing. Ooh. A little bit choppy footage there from Ben, but nothing too bad.
Doesn't have
Starting in
the canyon
FC.
list.
Yeah. Canyon, Fossil Canyon, not normally our first race of choice for the other main categories in which we do adventure mode. Generally, we start in Jungle Falls, but this track gives us a nice path through this category. Because, as Mr. Ponytail said, we do some quit to menu strats later. We change the order of courses.
Yeah.
In order to find a good exit to menu.
More optimal to do this level order compared to starting in Jungle Falls.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed.
He's coming up to the end here
travel.
for his first cutscene skip.
Gets
it with one buffer.
Yeah.
Moving on to Ancient Lake for our first key grab.
For sure. And meanwhile, Olympus is going to get the chain here for Canyonless. Oh, he went right between the two, and he does get the cutscene as well. Cutscene skips. These first three, they're pretty important, but unlike the category like any percent, the time save kind of works more like 100%, where it's a couple of seconds for not missing until Fire Mountain.
Yep.
See Ben's key grab, nice and clean on the key grab. Olympus also looking like he's coming up to it.
We'll see how he gets it here. He goes for lap 2. He's going for lap 3.
He goes it on 3. Okay. Yeah, lap
Cutscene
50
skip
right.
from Ben as well. The key is actually kind of hard to hit. The hitbox is very small. It's not the
really...
same size as like the balloon or banana hitbox, and also sits up fairly high, so the region of the hitbox we can even touch is not as big as it could be. So oftentimes we'll just like phase right through it, zero framing essentially. Another cutscene skip. They both hit 2 for 2 so far.
Yeah, both doing quite well to start. Ben with about a probably about a lap and a half, 1.5 JF laps difference in time. So probably like 20 to 25 seconds difference between the two. And I would say that mainly came from overworld movement.
The overall movement is really important in pretty much all the categories. It is something that can be practiced, it can be optimized, save time.
For sure.
So he hits his third cutscene skip, so he's going into Fire Mountain. First minigame, this is the egg collection minigame. You just gotta put 3 eggs in your nest, wait for them all to hatch, and then you win. It sounds a lot simpler. It's very simple on paper, in theory, but in practice, it's much harder than that.
Yeah. One thing about, I think, pretty much every minigame we play is that we have figured out how to manipulate the AI to move in a specific way. So they will do pretty much the same exact movements as long as we do the same exact movement that we want to do. So
like
Ben
Ben's
has got
a good pattern here. So
yeah,
it
it's a
should
good
be
pattern.
perfectly fine.
Yeah, that CPU that normally can challenge for his eggs shouldn't have time to get there. Olympus is now starting it as well, so we can see his path through it. Looks like he's taking a very similar path, a little bit of a slower line to grab that egg. I'm not sure how that affects
to see if he can
cycle.
clear this minigame first try. That's a very good egg placement.
Yeah.
You usually want to aim for that front edge. The CPUs have a very hard time. He's going for Diddy's egg for his third egg here.
Okay, yeah, so he's kind of doing the backup that I had to do in my race.
So his second egg has been hatched. That's good.
Yeah, so here he should just be able to... Here. Yeah, he does get... He didn't get that there, so now we just hope that the other one that was going towards doesn't grab it.
That's very good from Olympus. He really struggled on Fire Mountain, I believe, on his last race here from last night. So getting through it first try is always good to see. He'll keep up fairly close to Ben right here.
Yeah, and this track, I imagine, because I think last night his big issue was actually this track, Hot Top.
That's right. He did reset.
He did 2 resets of this track. So let's hope he can get out of bounds that first time. I believe he does the more solid going out right away strat.
Yep.
Not exactly
early
the
zero banana out of bounds.
Yeah. So I would say it's a more forgiving out of bounds entry than getting out. It's a easier out of bounds to hit than the other one, and it looks like he just gets it first try. Very nice.
And Ben also hits the exit game cutscene skip. That saves a bunch of time because it skips watching the boss door cutscene of it opening and all that, which you would watch once you finish the 4th race in a world. So it saves a lot of time, around 15, maybe even 18 seconds, depending on which world you're doing it in.
Sure.
Olympus is doing pretty well with his lines here.
Yeah, he's getting all his. I mean, really, what matters is getting your checkpoints. I know that this particular trigger that he's going through right there, that one trips me up every time.
Oh, it looks like
he didn't go far enough left.
Yeah, you need to you gotta stay close enough to the track in order to grab the checkpoint.
Yes, and I believe
he missed it again. Really?
Did he really?
I guess so.
That's interesting because that didn't look to me like he missed it.
Usually, if you're ever worried about missing it, you could just hug the track as tight as you want.
Yeah, you want to, and then sometimes you can wait for those specific sharp.
I think even that one, he barely got it as well.
Yeah.
And they got the last one as well.
Yes.
Let's see if he hits the exit game skip.
He does.
He does. Ooh,
okay.
He almost menued.
He almost menued to return. Yeah.
Yep. But he gets it, so he's gonna stay as close as he can to Ben here. Ben is a very experienced player. Adventure 2 100% world record holder in the past.
Yeah,
He's super
and
experienced with this game. He has time trial world record, specifically Spaceport Alpha Car Shortcut. He's one of the masters of that track in
yeah,
particular.
yeah,
He excels quite well at this game,
yeah. He just
especially anything hundo related like mini games and just being able to stay on top of your pace for long periods of time.
mhm. Yeah, he's definitely in that upper echelon of consistency. He just recently got a 146 100% time,
That's right.
which is excellent. He's right at the entrance to the like kind of elite 145 and up group,
Yeah.
which I don't see him probably not having much of an issue cleaning up and getting towards that time. As he looks like Olympus completed Cart Challenge, he's now on his way to Snowflake Mountain to start his Frosty Village. Ben is on his final lap. Looks like he's gonna have a pretty decent time here. Looks like he might get like a 109, maybe a 110. A 108.
108.
Not knowing my pace. Yeah.
And that cutscene skip in Frosty Village, if you have to buffer it, is really, really hard. It's typically going to be a 15 FPS buffer, so
Yeah.
I would say at least 15 of the 20 tracks are 20 FPS buffers, so if you're used to that timing, waiting at exactly a 20th of a second before you pause and unpause, going down to 15, most people will go early, and then that eats the input, which misses the cutscene skip.
Yeah, our Ben's gonna do his key grab here. Excellent key
Very
grab.
good key grab.
I need to get better at that specific approach. I feel like that's more consistent than what I do.
Usually, what people are doing to cut it really tight is they'll tap B to prevent going really deep into the alcove.
Yeah.
That way, it's really laggy once you get in there because you're loading out of bounds territory, which lags the game tremendously. So you can actually have a more effective boost out of the alcove as well.
Yeah, a little oil spill trouble, but actually it didn't affect his. It affected his line to the balloon, but his speed didn't feel that affected.
Yeah.
He does get the cutscene.
49.
Gosh,
With the oil
buffering,
slick as well.
buffering out there is tough. I would say buffering out that way is really tough on the track.
And Snow Valley in particular, it's hard to see where the finish line actually is because there really isn't much of a texture on the ground to line it up with. There's like a very weird shadow line on the ground, and that's kind of where the finish line is.
Nice, good buffer
Buffers
for
Frosty
Olympus.
Village cutscene skip. Nice.
Yeah, I've gotten more used to the buffer because I remember I essentially tried and said just take it slower than you would normally.
Yep.
And that's how it's worked for me. Oh, looks like Ben had a little issues with that. I think he should still be fine here though, in my opinion. Maybe he's gonna have issues with this though. I don't know.
It looks like this is still good.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Yep.
You love to see that.
Clears the CPU. Yep.
Okay.
So this is fine.
Yeah, it's absolutely fine.
Olympus going for his key grab. You can
He
see he goes deep into the alcove, so all that out of bounds region's loaded. It lags the game just a touch more.
Yeah.
And also it's a longer line to get out. It's just a very slight optimization, like tapping B, just to slam into like the front half of the alcove. But it actually saves quite a lot of time.
Yeah, my usual line, I'm just drift into the alcove and kind of pray I get the key.
Yeah.
Which is not the best way to do it.
I think it's what most people do. They just pray. They just slam into it and hope we collect it. I hope we get a good bounce. It doesn't like throw us somewhere.
Yeah. Because like I noticed that a lot of people do.
There we go.
Do like they reverse their drift into it. Like they approach it from the right, and I approach it from the left. But anyways, Snowball Valley is done. We are in Walrus Cove for Ben, and we will have Icicle Pyramid coming up for Olympus.
And Ben had a good Icicle Pyramid. Basically, what you want to see in this category is all the CPUs stacking up on that upper level. We're achieving that by going up to a certain position and attacking a CPU. That kind of draws the other CPUs up to us in a very particular way. And sometimes it doesn't work out if like we shoot at a wrong time to lure a CPU to a wrong spot.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens here. It looks like he has the correct pattern here.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, that looks good. See, the main thing is also just not falling off.
Hitting your shots.
Where's his other CPU? Oh, looks like he has some issue. Okay. Yeah, so he should just... So from here, he should just...
Yeah, drop down to the lower level and just clear the CPUs from here. So the CPUs did not engage each other in the correct way, which is kind of odd.
Yeah, so I guess
Drumstick...
Drumstick, I guess, was... I don't know if Drumstick
was... resetting Icicle Pyramid as well.
Yeah.
And resetting again, didn't get the movement. That's a shame. That's probably a 30 or 45-second time loss, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It just takes so much time to clear the CPUs by chasing them down.
It does.
And that's why we try to use this fast strategy here. Ooh, I don't know if he has the correct pattern again, either. CPU 3 is not coming up right now.
Oh, okay. Well, he should be able to clear these two, and then he should just be able to go find
wait,
the other one.
Wait, he's up here.
What on earth? This...
Oh my god.
That's crazy. Okay, well, no. Okay. Well, he...
So he's going to drop down, so you should counter him by going down and turning around. Yep. Oh,
yeah, and then just go... And then just keep grabbing, and then just keep grabbing
the balloons down.
Here.
No. This is always the worst.
Yeah, he should just be able to follow him down on the bottom.
Yeah,
sure.
He has to go on a wild goose chase around the longest section of the track in order to hit him 3 times. There is a strategy that he could use here. Very unknown strategy, unless...
Okay,
there's a secret strat that not many people know of called the cold shot.
Yes,
where
there is.
You can face into a wall with a homing missile, and once you lock on, the homing missile will actually go through the wall and travel to your opponent and hitting him without breaking. But you have to be you have to be butted up against a wall in order to get the missile to go through it.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Ben has been kind of cruising through EP.
And hits.
He got a 101, got the cutscene skip. I didn't see his Walrus Cove time, unfortunately, but
Ben is pulling away here with that mishap from Olympus. The CPU is just not working out in his favor. It looked like he had the right pattern too, but it just didn't come up.
Yeah, I thought the first time was going to be pretty okay. It is potentially that he didn't... There is potential that he just was maybe a little too slow getting the first CPU shot, but I don't know.
Possibly, yeah.
That you'd have to like analyze it and just be like, you have to like actually just hard analyze it. But he does go for the Olympus goes for the
yeah, I'm not even sure
boost,
what we call
boost
it.
The boost at the mounds instead of at the end of the lap.
Yeah, boosting off the hill instead of at the end. That is the full name for the strategy officially in the guide in like the player's page.
Gotcha. Yeah, I never learned that. I probably should. It probably wouldn't be too bad. Like, I feel like I'm definitely at that level.
Yeah, it can be tricky because what can happen if you vary your timing of using the balloon, you'll end up at a different position along the next set of hills, and that can either have you land flat or land with a small bounce or land with a massive bounce that sends you way in the air, which usually always leads you to falling on the ice.
Which we saw in lap 2 there with Olympus. He got too big of a bounce. He went very far to the right and got a massive amount of ice.
Yeah. And in combination with the timing, you also have your position, your angle, and the lag to account for to really like tighten up that jump and get it optimized. But so far, not to commentator's curse, but they've both hit all of their cutscene skips so far. Yeah,
for sure. That's awesome. Ben did hover challenge. He is now in Pirate Lagoon. We are seeing our first hover track. Absolutely love this track. Let's see how he does. He's gonna go...
one of the more fun tracks to get correct in hover because you just go insanely fast.
Absolutely.
Just boost.
Yeah.
And then you boost, you turn, you boost. Oh, overturn. That's actually, it doesn't happen often.
That usually doesn't happen. I usually underturn. But,
yeah. So this is the only tricky section is towards the end. It's just this little jump.
Yeah, and here, he does cut his speed, but I remember you mentioning to me in your record, that you were, like, essentially just trying to take that boost and chain it to the other boost at the beginning of the lap.
If you get the double, or if you have a really laggy single balloon, you can actually carry that speed all the way until you can go right through the balloon and hit the zipper, keeping all that speed and keep the chain going, so you never have to rehold A.
Yeah.
That saves... I've been able to get 13 laps doing it. It's really fast.
Sure. That does sound like a good recipe for a very fast 13 lap.
It's kind of hard to hit that line at the speeds. You have to go in this weird diagonal line.
Yeah, I imagine. All right, so we have CI for Ben, and Olympus gets his exit menu. That's great.
Nice.
Yeah, that's huge. His run's going much better tonight.
Yes, it is. Even with that mishap in Ice Core Pyramid, I wonder if he is close to his PB here. I don't know if his PB's on the site
His
quite yet.
PP's a 30. It's in the 31s. I imagine it's probably. I don't. The problem. Yeah, I don't know the exact pace he's on. I know that. I know that like he lost more time in Hot Top just last night than he did tonight in the IP. So
Yeah,
we'll
for
see.
sure. But he's hit 2 for 2 with the exit games so far.
Yeah.
The key grab here can be really tricky to optimize for Crescent Island. Jumping into the water, it kills your speed just about instantly, and then the bob cycle, just like in Wave Race 64, is very important for actually getting the height to grab the
It
key,
really
and then
is.
also getting the height to get back onto the land to start accelerating again.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. You definitely like. My brain was not expecting you to mention wave race with that. But yeah, it does. It is actually a function that works the same in that section only, where you have a bobsleigh to work with. But yeah, we have hover challenge for Olympus. It looks like he's gonna get around a 116, 117.
Very solid.
He does get a little bit of turn there. I remember. I don't think I could bring myself to try and learn that to do the swag strat. I just try and get like essentially just go 90 degrees from my angle there.
Yeah,
Swag strat is slow, and you can risk losing, and you can risk being too slow and DQing.
Yeah, it's really that's why it is a swag strat, because it doesn't even save time, even if you do it like perfectly, because you have to kill your snaking as to not go too fast so that you can rotate enough before you cross the finish line, and then we have to turn that way anyway.
Yeah,
it really doesn't help much, but it does look cool.
Man, Ben looks like he's gonna get Ben's gonna get a very good time here. 47? Maybe a high 46.
Yeah, anywhere in the mid 40 range is always a very good wheelbay.
Yeah, for sure.
But Darkwater Beach, this is probably the hardest minigame. The CPUs, they're really far away. They don't always do what we want. We have to hit these shots.
Oh, he missed a shot.
He missed that shot. So we'll see what he does here.
He's gonna have to camp.
Yeah.
So unfortunate.
You lose a little bit of time here. You have to hit all these single rocket shots, which are unguided missiles that go in a straight line, and you have to be lined up perfectly in order to hit the shot. They're super hard to hit every single one, but the fast strategy is really fast if you hit every single one.
Yes. And Ben's doing a good job of collecting these. Gosh, I wish I could do this camping movement. It's like so much faster. I feel like I could save so much time. Because honestly, like doing these turnarounds is not the easiest thing in hover. You're like, because you're losing, like you're turning, and if you're not holding A button, you're just losing speed, unfortunately.
Yeah, you have to find a nice balance of letting go of A to re-grabbing A, and all while you're turning in a circle or in a straight line to grab this balloon twice. It's actually really hard to do very fast and very consistently.
Right, CI for Olympus. So
and Ben's coming up to the last track in Sherbet here. Treasure Caves is a very short track. It has a very big chain that can be done.
Let's see if he gets it. Coming up right here.
Boost.
He doesn't get the zipper. Yeah. Looks like he kind of just hopped over it.
There is a strat that people use in the coin version of this, where you can hold a balloon and then boost into the start of one of the laps, and then you can just have this incredible speed over the hill. That's almost too much to control for anybody. I don't know how many times I've seen people actually control the boost start, but it looks cool. Boost, jump, barely misses it. He goes over top.
0 for 3, unfortunately.
Yep.
He gets the
third
cutscene.
one. Nice. I mean, he's hit every single cutscene skip, and the mini games have gone decent overall. Like they're.
What type of pace do you think we're looking at here from Ben? High 27, maybe low 28.
Yeah, low 28, high 27. Like this is a very good run from Ben so far.
Yeah, playing challenge will be a kind of a determining factor.
Yeah.
I think he goes for windmill planes, so I guess that's kind of the last hurdle
Yep.
technically. Oh gosh. Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, yeah, he was too far
He
inside
got back
there.
onto the ground very fast though.
Yeah,
so
that was
he
actually
kind of gets
really
his speed back.
interesting. Yep, really smart to take that safe because you don't want to DQ.
Yep.
Yeah, because our usual route, we kind of go where we're not supposed to at the beginning of the lap, but we are so fast through it that it doesn't DQ us. So, like this route here,
Yep.
we're
Cutting
off
over
course.
the grass.
Yeah, it's kind of like cutting across the snow, cutting across that grass and hover. It's the same thing. I've DQ'd hover, losing all my speed.
Yeah.
There. And so
DQing in a vehicle challenge is one of the worst things mentally.
Yeah.
Of course, it loses a bunch of time, but you just kind of feel like a fool every time you DQ in a vehicle challenge.
Yeah, I did it in a Honda Weekly race. That was not fun. However, that does not matter for this. Ben's going into his final full track. He's going to go into Wimble Plains. He'll get his 20th balloon here. And the reason we have to go and do this is because of our last track.
Yeah, if he hits the out of bounds
PC.
and gets through this track cleanly, I think we are looking at a low 28 potentially from Ben here.
Yeah, that unfortunately a little bit of loss in plane.
Yeah.
He still got like a 1-0. He still got like a 1-0x. Like it wasn't even that
6
bad.
banana out of bounds here.
Didn't get it.
No.
Oh no.
Yeah, I think he might have been a little bit too low and to the left.
Gotcha.
He's gonna go for another out of bounds attempt here.
Yeah.
It can be really tricky. Sometimes it's hard to get the speed again, and he kicks him out again. That's so rough.
Yeah, and he's just gonna keep
go for it again. He's committed at this point.
Mm-hmm. It's not the end of the world, but you're right. Getting the amount of speed you need is tough, and he does get it this time.
And he's out, and it looks like he'll stay out.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah.
So that does lose a good chunk of time, unfortunately, but
also losing all of his speed there. That's unfortunate, but he was able to hold his elevation, and that's the big thing there. This track is not deep. It's very shallow for Void.
Yep. Olympus is just getting through Darkwater Beach here.
Yeah.
I think he usually does the camping strategy. I believe that's what he did.
Yeah.
You can just go and camp right away. But usually for the fast strategy, it's kind of a hybrid route that most people use. They'll go for the fast strategy up until it stops working or they miss a shot, and then they'll just resort to camping. So that is all the cutscene skips from Ben. He's hit every single one.
Awesome. Now he goes to the last track now, Boulder Canyon. He has 20 balloons, so he's just going to go here and grab the key.
Yep. So we're probably looking at maybe he might still be able to get a 28 from here.
Yeah, I can't see him missing a 28 here, but but we'll see. We'll see when he leaves this. He's not gonna get the double single here, strat, but he will just get a nice clean grab.
Very good. 16-second key grab.
Beautiful hop to grab the key. Yeah, that was very fast. That key grab.
And you typically want to jump into the key as well. The hitbox does not sit flat on the ground, unlike some other objects. It hovers a little bit, so you can access a more dense part of the hitbox if you jump into the key.
So entering at 27:30, this should be a 28.
And Olympus hits his third exit game cutscene skip. This is incredible.
Yeah, I think Olympus is probably technically close to pace. He might be looking at more of a 32 though. Yeah. Just depending on his plane challenge time.
Both these runners are playing very close to their PBs, and this is very good.
Yeah. I mean, Ben will be disappointed by the end of his run, but the rest of it went super well. Wimble Plains is unforgiving. That's the thing.
It is. It's the Darkwater Beach and then Wimble Plains. Those are.
Oh yeah. I think Ben. I would assume that Ben knows how to do the fast strat for Darkwater.
He was going for it and missed the shot.
Yeah, he got his bananas there. That was definitely
You're coming up on the end here. This is going to be a 28-2.
Okay, 28-28. Very nice. GG's to Ben.
Honestly, I think without the double denial on Windmill Plains out of bounds, that could have been close to a PB.
Does he have a mid 27?
He has a 2750 on the site right now.
Oh, okay, yeah. I
That
mean,
would've been
he
close.
missed 2 attempts. I'm not sure how much that loses. I feel like it loses quite a lot. But I don't
Has
know.
to lose, at least 10 seconds for each miss, maybe even more,
True.
maybe closer to like 12 or 15.
True.
And then
Yeah.
cleaning up the dark water beach,
Yeah.
just those two things are the difference sometimes for PBing in this category.
Hmm.
There's
Yeah.
there really isn't any RNG outside of, isn't really RNG, but getting the out of bounds and hoping the CPUs behave in the mini games.
Yeah.
That's really it. It's all execution.
Yeah, this definitely is close to PB. I don't think it's gonna be a PB unless he has a high 31.
Now,
Just
I don't
because
want
his
I don't want to jinx this, but I'm quite excited about this. If
yeah,
Olympus hits this cutscene skip, then they will both have hit every single cutscene skip in this match.
that'll be 2 races in a row. No, that wouldn't be 2 races for both players. It'd be the first time this tournament that everybody hit all the cutscene skips. And we know that Morks did it last night. Ben has already done it in this race. So
Of course, each one saves 6 seconds apart from the exit games, and those save a massive chunk of time for each one that you get.
I don't think we've timed it exactly. So.
No, it's around 10 to 18 seconds, depending on which one you miss it in, because the distance you have to cover.
Is definitely Dino's the most forgiving, I imagine, right?
Yeah, that door is the spawn point for the boss door and the lobby door are very close to each other. Sherbet is quite far away, and you have to do it in hover, so you have to gain your speed quite slowly. And Snow is also a little bit far away, and it takes a while to get control of the car.
Yeah.
I believe the order of importance probably goes most important egg salad.
Oh, egg salad. Yes.
Yeah,
oh. No!
Oh, that's on.
I almost said a bad word.
Egg
Egg salad jump scare, true.
Either way, between the two runners, they only missed one cutscene skip in this match, and that's incredible.
Yeah, it's incredible for sure. Yeah, I think Olympus, if his PB's in the 31s, unfortunately...
We're looking at a higher-end 32 here for the
Yeah, we are. Yeah. For sure. But...
We'll see if he can do the faster strategy on Smoky Castle, if he outpace that CPU.
Yeah.
See if he gets a good...
Oh, he got the hit there, but I don't think he's going to be able to... I think it's going to close before...
I think he hit the bell a second time to keep it up.
Oh, he did? Oh,
nice.
I didn't... Yeah, I don't have audio, so I didn't get to hear it. But you're right, he might have done that.
Yeah.
Because he definitely would have missed the first.
Yeah, that's what's nice is that if you can always hit the bell again to extend its time up there.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to come back down all the way for you to hit it again. You can just keep hitting it and it'll stay up there forever.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. The really big challenge here in Smoky Castle is being fast enough on this first collection of bananas and getting back down for your second one. There will be a CPU that has a homing rocket. Actually, I don't think it's a homing rocket, but they have a rocket.
No, they have
a
rocket. They just shoot it straight.
Oh,
and
he wasn't quite fast enough. So you have to...
Yeah, so he'll grab this one, and then he'll grab his other one on the way back.
Yep. And, that loses a few seconds, but that's really the only major time loss that can happen in this, apart from bonking into walls.
Yeah, or falling off, like, at a weird time. But yeah, I think,
He might miss out on the 32 here, just by a little bit. We'll see.
Yeah, he's got two more sets of bananas to collect here. A little bit of stall on the movement. Yeah, I think
he might be able to get a 32 here if he can go fast enough on this collection.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's definitely probably gonna cost. It's gonna be close. It might be like a 32.59 or like a 33 flat. It's a solid 32. It's a 32.56. All right. GG's. He got a mass. That's a pretty good time improvement from his first race. That's what you love to see. Ben
will take the win for this one tonight.
Ben egg salad jump scaring us, but it's all good.
Some don't know that the origin of the egg salad image is from one of Ben's Hundo runs.
Egg salad. Greetings, everyone.
Hello.
Ben, Olympus, good job on your matches. You both played quite close to your PBs tonight. And Ben hit all of his cutscene skips. Olympus missed the very last one, so between you two, you missed one cutscene skip this match, which is
Nice.
incredible.
Yeah, sorry to screw it up there at Greenwood Village, but yeah, tried my best.
Might have been some commentators' curse on me. I just had to comment on it before you went for your last one. So
Oh, not a problem. That's yeah, you comment on that one all day because I think that's that's a fun one to get because I mean getting all the cutscene skips. I mean that many frame perfect tricks on there is it's quite good. So I'll take what is it 12 out of 13.
yeah, somewhere around there, and that's incredible. Either way, like anyone will be happy with that. It's good to get that in the match as well with the nerves and the stress. But you both played very close. Ben was just about on pace for PB, possibly.
I
going
pulled
into Windmill
freaking
Plains.
Morks, man.
Yep. Back-to-back Windmill Plains out of bounds miss. The game just rejected him both times.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah. And Darkwater Beach had to resort to camping as well. That's the hard part about the fast strat is missing a single shot early on can ruin the fast strategy entirely.
Yeah, although in fairness, usually I just do the beginning part of killing the first player, and then I just start camping.
Yep.
Because I don't know, I just never learned the actual complete fast strat, and I'm not willing to do it. So
Yeah, it gets even harder because you just have to do it all over again on the second CPU, and you have to hit this long rocket shot, which is like almost impossible to line up consistently. Very difficult, and it's only a little bit faster than very efficient camping, but yeah. Good run, either way, from both of you. Very impressed.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to re-examine Hot Top Volcano during races because that's an interesting one for me.
Yeah, you did miss the upper checkpoint, I think twice.
Twice this time.
Just from, I think, what it was pulling away and starting your turnaround too soon, and you didn't go quite deep enough, close enough into the level to catch the early checkpoints to then count up to the key checkpoint. It might have just been barely turning around too soon is all it was, but every single one was very close.
Because I'll say what's funny is I've really only ever missed that checkpoint 3 times, and it's been the last 2 nights and during one of our races at a GDQ event.
Yeah.
It's like only during live races that I end up missing that because my runs I don't think I really have ever had that as an issue.
That's been my biggest issue.
But I'd say aside from that, and then Icicle Pyramid, 2 consecutive times not getting the CPU to come up.
It looks like the
was kinda
first
interesting.
attempt that the CPUs, you had the pattern on the first attempt for the CPUs to come up, but they just stopped all of a sudden. They were pathing on the minimap perfectly how they were supposed to, and then they just didn't come up. It was really odd.
Yeah, so I think it was if it wasn't for that and Hot Top Volcano, I think this actually could have been a PB.
Yeah.
So
With all the cutscene skips, that that sets you up for success as long as the mini games go well.
yeah, I think I'm well set up to actually be able to get below 31. And I know my next race won't be until next week due to scheduling. So I'm hoping that between now and then I'll be able to grind it down and get something more competitive for that final race. Which I know you've mentioned before that Morks and Ben, they were consecutive seeds in the tournament. I think me and my opponent in the next race will be consecutive seeds as well, 12th and 13th.
Yeah. Much closer matchup, so it'll be really interesting to see who comes out on top in that one.
Yeah, it'll be the group decider to see who's the 3rd place finisher, most likely.
Out of curiosity, Olympus, what is your PB again for this?
It's 31:44.
Okay.
Although I don't think that's very representative of what I could do, because in that one I was doing some no reset attempts and I had an overworld time of like 207 or something. Where normally I'm probably like 147 if I'm doing, because I'm definitely a lot safer when I'm doing that. So I'm usually 147. I lost 20 seconds on the overworld. So,
Yeah.
so I think really it should be closer to like a 31:30. But I certainly think I'm capable of getting down to the 30s.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Hopefully we see it in your last match. That'd be pretty awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, I got the rest of this week, the weekend to grind, and then we'll find out when the next scheduled match will be. But yeah, I'm really hoping I can get somewhere like the mid 30 range for that final race, or at least a PB before we get there. During a race, obviously anything can happen, and you got to take whatever mistakes happen during the race. So slowdowns are just very likely.
Right. I believe that's all from me for questions. Azalea, if you had anything else.
No, I don't. I think you covered the bases.
Anything from the runners, Ben or Olympus? Anything else you'd like to say?
So I'll say I mentioned it last night. For anybody who wasn't here, this is my first community race in quite a while. Community event to be a part of, and I'm very excited to be back. I've basically been out for the last 5 or so years, due to basically being a dad, just taking a lot of time away. So just really excited to be back in an event again, and yeah, hopefully I can win that third group stage match and move on to the bracket stage.
I think you got a good shot of doing it. Always
You
happy
gotta
to have you with us.
Gotta show your kid the DK way there.
Yeah.
That's right. My 5-year-old actually might try to put an all trophy races time up pretty soon. So
Ooh.
see if
Okay.
she can beat my wife's time. So
We'll see. Some good competition.
yes, very much so.
All right. I believe that's going to be all from us tonight. But before we head out, just a quick shout out to our DKR64 Races Discord. You can go there, join it, and you can get info on all the upcoming matches, as well as future tournaments that we hold for DKR. Maybe check out the merch store. We haven't mentioned the merch store in a while. !merch if you want a mug or something. We're going to go raid DK64 Races speed runs or whatever it is. And it's already rated and we're done. Okay, bye.